on Saturday of last week. So, okay, boys, I hope you enjoy this net. Be prepared to stay up for an exciting 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Okay. As I said, everybody's welcome to check in. You do not have to be a member of any club, organization, group, or association to participate in this net. All you need is a valid FCC license. This net meets each and every Friday evening at 8 p.m. This repeater is a PL 114.8 plus offset. You need to have that programmed in your radio in order to have access to the repeater. For those of you who may be using older radios that do not have PL capability, or if the PL on your radio is not working properly, you can check in the Friday Night Fun Net by using the repeater output frequency of the straight 195 simplex. If I hear you, I will acknowledge you and check you in the net. Also, if you're on the sticks, you can hear the repeater, but you can't get to it due to conditions. You're too far away from it, or you don't have internet access. You give me a call on the Friday Night Fun Net Central Hotline, area code 815-232-FN-FN 232-3636. The local Freeport number. I'll take your check-in over the phone, but try to check in on the radio if at all possible. Okay, here's the situation. At Field Day in Rockford at the Camp Winnebago last week, Rah provided a lot of several ball-fang HDs. So to the people, and they were passing out flyers, hundreds of flyers saying what nets are on each and what nights are on, what repeaters they're on. So the only thing is, we tried at checking out a ball-fang radio last night on 255. Unfortunately, it did not work. And after talking to Kevin, one of the board members, I decided that instead I would hold the net here on this repeater. We will, okay. This will be the permanent home of the Friday Night Fun Net until such a time as the antenna system on the 6-1 repeater ever gets straightened out. The only time we will use the 255 repeater is if there's a weather situation going on and Skywarn needs to use this repeater, we'll move the 255 repeater. Skywarn takes precedence over us. Okay, here's what we're going to do. First, we're going to take short time mobilizations. If you can't stay for the net, you have other stuff going on, you got family considerations, and this is after all a holiday weekend, we'll take your short time mobilizations. If you have traffic, we'll do your traffic right away. After we get done with short time mobilizations, we'll take general check-ins. First, we'll take general check-ins from northern Illinois. Next, we'll take general check-ins from southern Wisconsin. After that, we'll take general check-ins from anywhere in northern Illinois or southern Wisconsin. When you check in the net, state whether or not you have traffic. Your traffic consists of breakfast, bike rides, marathons, or handfests. No, we're not doing field day. We did that last week. Okay. After that, like I said, after that we'll take general check-ins from the. Okay, we already did that. So, sorry about that, folks. I'm so excited, I don't even know what I'm talking about. Okay, now, we're going to do our regular features. We're going to do a Friday Night Fun Net Tech Corner. This is where you ask any technical questions. Are you having a problem with your power supply or amplifier? What kind of an antenna do you want to put up on your tower? What kind of a radio you want to get? Base, mobile, all mode, APR, FT8, or what have you. If you have any technical questions, please feel free to ask them. We'll do our best to answer them for you. And then we'll do our Friday Night Fun Net DX Corner. This is where anybody who's made any DX contacts this week may share your DX reports with us. I made 6 of them this past early Sunday morning for field day for my QTH here. Okay, after then we'll do our swap net. If you have any items to buy, sell, trade, or want, anything related to hobbies of amateur radio or computers, we'll do that. And the roundtable topic tonight. What are you doing for the 4th? You're going to have a picnic, going to family get together, or what are you going to do? We'll definitely talk about that. I'm using red and blue ink for my patriotic color, something I do every year. Okay, well, all the so-called formalities out of the way, let's get underway. Do we have any short-time mobilizations? I'd like to check the Friday night fun at this time. Please go now.
Alpha 9, Victor uniform. Michael in Janesville. I have no traffic.
KD9VU, Mike in Janesville. Okay, I've got you checked in. Have a good evening. Enjoy your weekend. Happy 4th. Do we have, okay, any more short-time mobilizations of the Friday night fun net? Please go now.
Alpha Charlie 9er Lima Victor. John in Rockford. Short time, no traffic, Jimmy. Been a long day. I'm going to go take a shower there. Everyone have a very good evening, especially you, Jimmy. AC9LV.
You too, Driver John. Thank you for checking the Friday night fun net. Enjoy your evening, enjoy your weekend, and happy 4th. Any more short time or mobilizations for the Friday night fun net? Please go now.
AC9NW, Tom and Roscoe. Short time, no traffic.
AC9NW, Tom and Roscoe, I've got you checked in. 73, Tom, have a good evening, enjoy your weekend, and happy 4th. Any more short time mobilizations for the Friday night fun net? Please go now.
KC9QPL, Paul Louisburg. Short time, happy 4th, everybody.
Same to you, Paul. Thanks for checking in. KC9LQB, Paul on Love Spark. You have a good evening. We'll talk to you next week. Happy 4th. Any more short time mobilizations for the Friday night fun net? Please go now.
KD9YBG, Dale and Rockford, no traffic.
KD9YBG, Dale and Rockford. Okay, I've got you checked in. Are you checking in short time, or are you going to stay for the remainder of the net?
No, I'll be standing by.
Okay, I'll get back to you a few minutes around table. Thanks for checking in. Okay, we are not a 4-bone net, so don't worry about checking in out of sequence or anything like that. We don't do that here. Okay. Are we? I can't even talk. Do we have any more short-time mobilizations like checking the Friday night fun net? Please go now. Okay. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 short-time stations. Okay, let's go ahead with general check-ins. At this time, I will take general check-ins in northern Illinois for the Friday night fun net. Please go now.
Whiskey 9, Juliet Tango Charlie, checking in. Good evening, Jimmy.
W9JTC, Jamie and Robert. We got you checked in, Jamie. I'll get back to you a few minutes around table. Thanks for checking in. Any more general check-ins in northern Illinois for the Friday night fun net? Please go now.
N9EGF, Kevin in Roscoe. Jimmy, good evening. No traffic, sir.
N9EGF, okay, Kevin, one of the rah-rah board members. Got you checked in, Kevin. I'll get back to you a few minutes for the round table, and I'm sure the boys, Tony and Madden are listening. They're going to enjoy this net for sure. Okay, thanks for checking in. We'll get back to you a few minutes round table, Kevin. Any more general check-ins for northern Illinois for the Friday night fun net? Please call now.
W3MBX, Matt in Rockford, no traffic.
W3MBX, Matt in Rockford, thanks for checking in. Matt, we'll get back to you a few minutes around table. Thanks for checking in. Any more general check-ins for northern Illinois for the Friday night fun net? Please call now. Any more general check-ins in northern Illinois for the Friday night fun net? Please call now. be no further checkings from northern Illinois. We'll see how many checks we get from southern Wisconsin. A station in southern Wisconsin wishing to check in the Friday night fun net. Please call now.
KC9RGG, Norm in Orfordville, Wisconsin.
KC9RGG, Norm in Orfordville, Wisconsin. Okay, Norm, I've got you checked in. I'll get back to you a few minutes roundtable. Thanks for checking in. Any more general check-ins from southern Wisconsin for the Friday night fun net? Please call now. Okay, well, it is Friday night fish Friday night in Wisconsin. Everybody's at their favorite bar, restaurant, or tavern, eating their catfish, buffalo, carp, northern bark, walleye, muskie, bluegills, crappie, what have you. And those of you in the Milwaukee area are eating your Polish sausages, hot dogs, brats, kielbasa, and Braunschweiger. You cheese lovers are eating some of that famous Wisconsin cheese. Okay, at this time, I will take check-ins from anywhere in northern Illinois or southern Wisconsin for the Friday night fun net. Please call now.
KC9ICH, Robert in Rockford, short time, no traffic.
KC9ICH, Robert in Rockford, short time. Okay, have a good evening, Robert. I'm sure we'll probably talk to you tomorrow night on the Saturday evening rag net on this repeater. And I'll be net control of that tomorrow night. Thanks for checking in. Have a good evening. Any more general check-ins from northern Illinois or southern Wisconsin for the Friday night fun net? Please call now.
KD9MED, Carrie in Rockford.
K9MED, Carrie in Rockford. Carrie, the Duke of Digital DX. Okay, Carrie, I've got you checked in. We'll get back to you in a few minutes for your DX report and for the roundtable. Thanks for checking in. Any more general check-ins from anywhere in northern Illinois or southern Wisconsin for the Friday night fun net? Please call now. Okay, we'll now go to the, We'll now go to the traffic portion of the net. I do have traffic. I just found out some information from Tony, K9RFD, our EC here in Stevenson County. Tomorrow afternoon at 12:30 p.m. at the Freeport Public Library, we will have our bi-monthly meeting of the State Line Amateur Radio Club. If you're not doing anything tomorrow afternoon, why don't you come over to the Freeport? Come on over. Let's pack the place. And if the boys, Madden and Tony, are listening, if you can find any transportation to get over here, by all means do so. I'd like to meet some of the guys and gals here in Stevenson County. Of course, next Saturday we have our monthly meeting of the Stevenson County Repeater Association. We meet Saturday mornings at 11 a.m. at the Freeport Public Library. Everybody's welcome to attend. So the guys and gals in Stevenson County would be welcome to meet you in person. Okay. That's about it. Does anybody else have any traffic you'd like to pass along for the net? Oh, by the way, at our last VE testing session, that was June the 3rd, we had 2 new techs and 1 general. One tech is from Monroe, Wisconsin, and I don't know where the other new tech is from. So hopefully, who knows? They might be the first to get the new Kilo Echo 9 calls. We'll just see what happens. So the next VE testing session here in Freeport will take place on Saturday, August 5th at 12:30 p.m. at the Freeport Public Library. Anybody's interested in taking their studying for their test, of course, Tony and Madden, of course, we got to get you your Tech Q&A books first. But I'm sure if you can get to studying on time, you got a good month to do so. You can come over to Freeport on Saturday, August 5th, and take the test. Hopefully you pass. All right. Does anybody have any further time they'd like to pass along for the nets? Okay, now we'll go into the Friday Night Fun at the Tech Corner. This is where you get a chance to ask any technical questions. Are you having a problem with your power supply or amplifier? What kind of an antenna do you want to put up on your tower? Do you have any, what kind of radio do you want to buy? Base, mobile, all mode, APRS, FT8, or what have you? So if you have any technical questions, please feel free to ask them, and we'll do our best to answer for you. Anybody have any technical questions that you'd like to ask? Please go ahead. Okay, no technical questions, so we'll move on to the Friday Night Fun at DX Corner. This is where you get a chance. Did you make any DX contacts this week? If you did, we would like to hear about them. Even if for a field day, so we can. I can tell you what, our field day here in Freeport last weekend, we made well over 100 contacts. I made well over 40 contacts of both 20 and 40. Okay, at this time, does anybody have any DX reports they'd like to pass along?
KD9MED.
K9MED, go ahead, Kerry.
Thank you, Jimmy. Good evening, everybody. Well, I switched back to operating my base station again, having operated portable for the 2 weeks before that. This week I operated for 7 hours. I had 64 contacts in 20 countries. No new countries, though. Brief reset. The mornings on 20 meters this week have been very good to Asia and Oceania. I logged 11 new Japanese stations this week on 20 meters early in the morning, before 8 a.m. is best. You know, the conditions are good when they're pouncing you instead of you pouncing them. They see me operating, and when I finish one QSO, another guy pounces me and calls me, and that's the way I like it. Brief reset. The most distant contact was K9RFD in Darwin at 9,300 miles. If he confirms, that'll be a new grid square for me. Almost as far away was YB9IPJ, who is in southeastern Sulawesi province in Indonesia, and he's a brief reset. He's way deep in the jungle there, in the rainforest or whatever they've got there. I tried to find photographs of the place, and I looked at it with satellite photos, and I mean, if there are even roads there, it's you can't see them through the tree canopy. He's really remote. Brief reset. I worked another China station, BA5CW, that's Jiaxiong, in Shanghai. And like the gentleman in Indonesia, Jack here was a quick confirm, and I really appreciate that. Brief reset. According to the spotter map, 6 meters has been open for several weeks now. There are only some days that I can hear it, but when I hear it good. This week I made, on Wednesday evening, I made 9 new contacts on 6 meters. Those are all here in the United States. And I have a listening report here. Brief reset. YouTube served me up a video on listening to VHF satellites, so I thought, what the heck? And I set up a telescoping dipole, like TV rabbit ears, and I set those up here inside the house, and I was able to copy the NOAA 19 satellite when it passed over. Those NOAA satellites transmit about 137 megahertz, and they pass over several times a day. There's a bunch of them you can listen to on VHF. Brief reset. Finally, I got a batch of QSL cards from the Bureau this week, and one of them was from OX/LA9DL/MM. He was a maritime mobile that I worked last year. He happened to be on a cruise that was off the coast of Greenland, and he was using, I guess, a hamstick on the balcony of his cabin there on the cruise on 30 meters. And it was nice to get that card. That's it. KD9MED.
Well, Terry, thank you very much for that wonderful, that excellent TX report. I sure appreciate that very much. That's good to dropping from your base again. Okay, sounds good. Thanks, Terry. Okay, we'll get back to you a few minutes around here. Well, does any other station have any TX reports that they'd like to pass along? Okay. Last Sunday morning, I took 12:30 last Sunday morning. I went to bed, took a nap. I got up about 2 o'clock Sunday morning. I ended up making 6 contacts for field day for my QTH. Okay. First contact was 727 to Zulu. November 8 Alpha Sierra Zulu. It was one Echo Ohio. Second contact at 0742 Zulu. Whiskey Echo 4 Lima Charlie. 2 Alpha Virginia. Third contact 832 08 32 hours. Whiskey 8 of Victor Papa Victor. 4 Alpha Ohio. Fourth contact 0858 Zulu. November 3 November 3 India Charlie. 3 Alpha Maryland or MDC or Maryland District of Columbia. Fifth contact 0956 0958 hours Zulu. Kilo 3 at Delta November 3 Alpha Eastern Pennsylvania. And for my last contact, let me reset. My last contact at 12 to 15 hours Zulu, Kilo 4 Bravo Foxtrot Tango 4 Alpha Alabama. It's the first contact I ever made with a station in Alabama. This was just before George N9WS school came pick me up at 7:30 Sunday morning to take me to a Great Park for the field day. Those are my 6 field day contacts, all on the 40 meters.
Jimmy, were those the 6 contacts you're talking about? Were those from your apartment, or were? I think I heard you say earlier this week you made many more contacts on Saturday out at the park.
Okay, these contacts that I just read off there, Kerry, are from my apartment, from my QTH.
Okay, that's good. That's really good. It's fun when they roll in like that, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And out in field day for both Saturday and Sunday, I made over 40 contacts overall on both 20 and 40. When I made the contact, I wrote down all the calls, and George entered them into his computer.
Well, that is really impressive. I'd be worn out making 40 contacts on phone. Did you? Oh, by the way, I'm sorry I didn't show up. I couldn't hack the weather. Sorry about that. But I'm glad to hear that your outing there was so successful, and also Ra-Ra's outing. I guess they recruited like 4 new members, and that's great, including some young people, which is super great. So congratulations on that, Jimmy. By the way, I have a question about that. Pre-preset. When you were operating out there at Cray Park, do you know what kind of antenna you were using at the time?
Oh boy, honest to goodness, there, Gary, I have no idea. All I know is we had our station was sitting on a picnic table. We got it like a tent. They're put up like a screen, a tent or something like that to keep the bugs out. I don't know what kind of antenna we were using.
Okay, well, it sounds like it worked out really great for everybody, and it makes me happy to hear that. And I got plenty of outdoor operating experience in my preparation during the run-up to field days, so it was a good year for me too. Thanks a lot. KD9MED.
89YBG.
Of course, tomorrow is a candidate day. So I'll try to see if I can make as many contacts with Canadian stations as possible, and 13 counties also is coming up. I'm going to try to make more contacts if I can. I'll try to make more contacts than I did the past 2 years, and I'll give you a call. I'll give you all the rundown of all the stations I made contact with. Of course, I know I won't get that certificate till sometime this fall, probably October. But thank you very much for doing that for me the past couple of years.
89YBG.
Yeah, go ahead, Dale.
I was wondering what everybody thinks of like a 2-meter Yagi. What's the best bang for the buck, and how many elements you buy?
Let's see. Dale is inquiring about a 2-meter Yagi antenna. Anybody else can help him on that? Come back. Well, I'm sorry, Dale. I guess nobody's able to acknowledge or answer your question there. But hey, thanks for trying.
I got a 4-element right now. I mean, I'm not on it because I have it on a different radio. And I was just wondering. I know the more elements you got, the longer the boom you got, the more pinpointy it is. And if you have less elements, you know, you're a little bit more got a broader reach. And I was just wondering if anybody had an opinion, because I was thinking if I was going to get one, I'd maybe get a 5 or a 7 or something like that. 89YBG, back to net.
Okay, I'm going to take a pause here and see if anybody can come back and answer your question for you.
N9EGF, I'll take a stab, Jimmy.
EGF.
Okay, just hold on there. I got my papers to mess around with, and I think there was another station trying to check in. Just a minute. I'll get back to you, Kevin. Let's cut that other station. Come back. Other station, come back, please.
Kilo Charlie 9, India.
Station 9YI. Okay, Scott, I've got you checked in. Were you going to answer Dale's question, or did you want to just check into the net?
I was going to put in my 2 cents. I think if he's got a 4-element now, I think he's going to have to go to either a 10 or 14 element to really, get extra gain.
Scott, K9Y at all.
Well, I heard him say something about get a 9 or a 14 element to be any better, make it worth it. Is that what he said, KD9YBG?
Did you see 9 or 14 elements, Scott? There's quite a bit of noise with your signal. Repeat. Copy any of that at all?
I could listen. I heard what he said.
Okay, I'm listening. In order to be fair to everybody, I want to let Kevin, N9EGF, to take a crack. Go ahead, Kevin.
Okay, N9EGF. Yeah, typically the beams, that you can. It kind of depends on what you're trying to do. As you said, when you add elements, you kind of narrow down the focus, if you will, of the beam. So, if you're trying to reach a particular station or repeater a long ways away, then you can, the more elements, the better. But as you said, you're also getting a narrower, pencil point on the thing, and you might miss something off to the side. So it kind of depends on what you're doing. I think you said you had a 4-element now. You can go up to some pretty good size, beams, 10 or 12 elements, but then you got boom length to deal with, and obviously you need rotation, some way to turn the thing, and so it kind of depends a little bit on what you're trying to do and what direction you want to go. But I know that's a little ambiguous, but hopefully that helps just a little bit. You can do some research on YouTube as well, and there's a wealth of information. But like everything, you're going to have 4 or 5 different opinions on things. But hopefully that was a little bit helpful without getting too ambiguous for you. N9EGF.
Well, I was just looking at my Cambridge. It's over there by Madison. I don't know. It's 50, 60 miles by air or something like that. I was just wondering if, like that 9 or 14 element one, it's more pinpointy, but you're going a long distance, so it should be able to crowd that area. I was thinking in that area, Madison area. I just wonder if that was, something that was doable.
Oh, sure, it's doable. Yeah, I've got an omnidirectional vertical, and I can hit the Madison stations. I can hit Baraboo. I can hit, I think, the Cambridge and Elkhorn and some of those southern Wisconsin repeaters. I used to be able to hit the Milwaukee repeater, but I think something changed there, and I'm not having luck with that much. And that's just with an omnidirectional. So, again, that's where height would be your friend. I don't know how high you are, but, if you've already got a 4-element beam, I would think if you could get that thing up a little higher, that would be tremendously advantageous for you. Over.
Well, I got the 4-element one. It's not sitting on a very high pole. It's probably 15 feet off the ground facing towards Freeport and Monroe. I was going to stick the bigger element one on top of the roof, and it would be up about 32 feet. And there's really nothing in the way, pointing to the north. And from what I understand, if you can reach the Cambridge repeater, it's linked with 7 other repeaters. So is this correct that if I hit that repeater, that it'll broadcast and it'll hook on to the other additional repeaters? KD9YBG?
KD9YBG, N9EGF. That's the theory behind that. I'm not specifically familiar with that Cambridge repeater and the linking ability. Let's bring Matt in off the bench, because I know he's involved with a linked system on 440 that goes up through the Milwaukee area. Matt, are you listening and paying attention here, buddy? We're going to call on you. W3MBX, N9EGF.
This is W3MBX. Yeah, so what I'm into is, it's called FM38. There's a webpage, fm38.org, and there's 16 repeaters on that. There's another system up there, WeCom, and that's quite a few of them like that. I really haven't been into that. That's more VHF. I'm really into the UHF thing there in Wisconsin because there's 16 repeaters on the network, and there's a repeater here in Rockford on top of the Faust Hotel, actually linked in via the internet. So you hit the repeater here in Rockford, it goes through the internet, and it lights up 16 repeaters all the way through. There's one in Lake Geneva, Madison, Milwaukee, and Milwaukee area. There's a bunch of receive sites, so anywhere you're at from, the state line there, Kenosha, all the way up through past Green Bay.
I'll give you a little bit about that before, and you already gave me that like the frequency, and you said you just look it up online, and I kind of did that. I don't have you don't really have UHF right now. I got my all directional that's got UHF. I don't know. I mean, that'd be okay for Rockford. The only thing I got in directional antenna is just 2 meters, not a dual purpose one. KD9MED.
Okay, let me see if I've got it here. I would think, Dale, that boy, if you already got the stuff and you have another spot up off.
This is KC9GCR with the Friday Night Fun Net on the K9RFD Repeater in Rockford, transmitting for Friday Night Fun Net Central and Freeport. Kevin, at the same time you're transmitting, the repeater ID, and when it quit IDing, you dropped out too, so you must have timed out. Why don't you go ahead and repeat your last transmission if you would, please?
Okay, yeah, I was commenting to Dale, I think maybe if I were you, I would take what you got already, add a little more coax to it, get it up a little higher, put that one up on your chimney at 35 feet or so, and spin it around and see what it'll hear. I think that would maybe be my first step. Another thought, I'm not sure what you're using for coax, but the longer run you want, certainly at VHF, you want a real good quality coax going up there too, not the thin stuff, because you get quite a bit of loss. And if you're looking to keep as much power in the hose, so to speak, to get it to the antenna, then the bigger cable is what you're going to want. Over.
Yeah, I bought some pretty good stuff here. It was better than the RG213 and better than the LMR 400. And it's half-inch thick, and that's what I'm using on VHF. On the when I just listen to high frequency, I just got RG8. What is it? RG8X, I guess, for the wire for my sloper. But otherwise, both the beam and the all directional have heavy line on them. KD9MED.
Okay, it sounds like you're on the right track then, Dale. So. Yeah, I would maybe experiment with what you already have, run a longer coax down and plug that in, get it up higher, spin it around, and see what you can hit with it before you start going a different direction or spending more money. That you might find that little 4-element might do exactly what you want it to do. So with that, I'll go back to Jimmy, KC9GCR and 9EGF.
Okay, sounds good, Kevin. Matt and Dale, hey, this is what the Friday Night Fun Net's all about. To have fun, have informal discussions about having technical questions. This is great. Hopefully, Madden and Tony are listening to that. This is what takes place usually during the net. And sometimes Kurt KD9N and Dean, K9FLO, get on around 9:30, and they rag you for about 5 or 10 minutes. This is what this net is all about, to have fun. Okay, guys, thanks for checking in. Before we continue, do we have any more stations who would like to check in the Friday Night Fun at this time? You come home with your Friday night fish fry, steak fry, grocery shopper, and the show getting ready for that big 4th of July picnic this weekend. You can just turn your radio on, or you've been copying the mail for the last 41, 42 minutes. This is your chance to check in the Friday Night Fun net from everyone in the region. Without traffic, please call K9GCR.
TC, I have a question that could go into that tech corner.
Okay, it says, just a minute, Jamie, I'll get back to you. I think there was another station trying to check in. Was there a station trying to check in? Come on back.
Hi, Jimmy, KC9GCR, K9FLO.
K9FLO, hello, Dean. You're a little bit early. Curtis not checked in yet. What's going on with you? What are you going to be doing for the 4th of July?
Good evening, Jimmy. Good question. And Kevin, good evening to you. Don't know at this point. Usually we go down to one of the clubs in Rockford down on the river and watch the fireworks from there. Whether we go down this year or not, it'll probably depend on weather and the other good things like that. But otherwise, we'll go out and get some sparklers or something and run around the yard with them. How's that sound, Jimmy?
Okay, Dean, while you were talking, I had a phone call on the Friday Night Fun Net hotline that John, K9DDF in Elgin was listening. So, okay, I'm going to check him in. What did you say? You something about were you going to Rockford? What did you say? Repeat that.
Actually, probably not much of anything, but probably we'll go down to one of the clubs on the river and watch the fireworks from there. That'll be our excitement. Otherwise, if we feel like there's too much traffic for us seniors, we'll just stay home and watch it on TV. That works quite well too there, Jimmy.
Yeah, the Channel 17 will carry them at starting at 9 and 9:30 on Sunday on Tuesday night. Okay, Dean, I gotta let you go here. There was another station trying to get in there with traffic. I'll get back to you in a few minutes. Well, maybe hopefully Kurt will check in. Thanks for checking in, and maybe we'll talk to you during the net. Jamie, W9JTC, you had questions about that antenna. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry about that, Jimmy. I didn't mean to sidetrack you there, my friend. No, it's the question was about the FM38. I believe that one operator mentioned the Rockford repeater. I haven't been able to key up that repeater for about a month now. Is that thing just is it just transmit only? Is it not? It's not receiving, or do they change the PL tone? Because yeah, I haven't been able to hit that thing in probably a month. So I thought it was still the PL was still 123, but maybe they changed. Go ahead.
Okay, Kevin, Matt, or Dale, do you want to go back to Jamie on that one?
W3MBX.
Go ahead.
Yeah, the PL has changed on that. If you want to get into it, what you need to do is you need to go to fm38.org and send them an email. There was some malicious interference, and they changed the code. So just send them an email, and they'll just pretty much validate your license and probably give it to you. But that's the only way that you can hit it. I mean, you can receive on the 123, but it's a different transmit.
QSL. I was wondering because it's like, yeah, they had a net going on. I think it was 3 weeks ago, and I tried to check it from the mobile, and I couldn't get through for nothing. So I was starting to wonder what was going on. I was like, I know I could hit it, so, okay, I appreciate it. I will shoot them an email. Thanks for the information. Thanks for allowing me to get in there, Jimmy. Back to you, sir. W9JTC, back to net control.
W3MBX for comment.
I'll get back to you a few minutes at the roundtable, so don't go away. All right, let's see. All right, next, does anybody still have any questions concerning this, that antenna that Dale is looking for?
Anyway, BG.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's, I don't take too long because I'd kind of like to move on with the net here, so, but go ahead.
Thinking on that 440 or so that UHF repeater they're talking about, can't you just do a tone search with your radio and then pick up the tone that way?
W3MBX. Yeah, I guess you might be able to do that, but it's a digital code. It's not a CTCSS. It's a DCS.
Okay, are there any more questions concerning this topic? Otherwise, we're going to move on here. This is what this net's all about, folks. Have fun. We're not formal and what have you. All right, next item on the list here is the swap net. All items involved solar credit must be related to the hobbies of amateur radio. All items involved solar credit must be the property of or in possession of the person who wants to get rid of this stuff. It may mention the price over here, but any hagling should take place either in person or over the telephone. Also, no commercial business of any kind is allowed. Does anybody have any swap net traffic they'd like to pass along? Please call now. Hey, Richard, N9ZO. Good evening. Let me get my papers here and we'll find. Okay. Hey, good hearing you, man. Go ahead. What do you got for us?
Just gonna let everybody know I got a 1,000-foot roll of LMR 400 flex with a 1-inch bend. If anybody's interested, the price is between $1 to $1.25, depending on the amount you buy.
Okay, Richard, N9ZO has 1,000-foot of LMR cable. Does anybody have any questions for Richard at this time?
YBG.
Go ahead, Dale.
Just selling cable only, and then we look for our own connectors. Is that what we would do?
Roger. I just have the cable. I have connectors, but I guess right now I got cable and connectors, but they're not together because who knows how long somebody wants it.
Okay, K9EPZ. Go ahead, Al.
Is that genuine times microwave or is it a clone?
Regular microwave.
Okay, I was just curious. I'm going to be looking for some more coax over here, but I'm on a budget.
We're all on budgets now, but yeah, it's regular. It comes from another individual who installs radios and does radio work, so it's like he told me, it's LMR 400, but it's not written on there that way, but it's LMR 400, and then he showed me it's the flex, not the super flex, just the flex, and it's got a 1-inch radius bend. In other words, you can bend it to 1 inch and you won't hurt anything.
I think I know which stuff that is. That's what I'm running now. is that way. It's not the Superflex, but it's the whatever. It comes from the outfit in Georgia.
If anybody needs to get a hold of me, I can be reached at 815-547-8686. 815-547-8686. Like I said, it runs between $1 and $1.25. The less you take, the $1.25. The more you take, it goes to $1. So if anybody's interested, I have that. I think I also have a 1,000-foot roll of the LMR 240, which is good for up to 150-foot runs or 30-foot run if you're doing microwave work. So, but it's got a white, a little heavier coating for burying and rubbing and stuff of that nature. And they're both solid core at 9-0.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks very much, Richard, for your swatting that traffic and Al K9RFD. Thank you very much for getting in checking in. I got both of you checked in the net. So okay, for the benefit of our high school audience, let's see, Tony and Madden. This is a swap net. This is where you anything you want to advertise, you want to get rid of your radio, or you looking to buy a cable or a new radio or antenna or what have you, this is what we do. We advertise them over the radio. Why advertise them on the internet when you can advertise them over the radio or go to a handbed? This is what a swap net is all about. We have one here in Freeport. We've had one for many years. The late great Russ Love, N9LXS. He's a silent key now, but he organized the Steve K9 Repeater Association Wednesday in the swap net way back when. Richard N9ZO used to be one of the net control operators for that net, but that was when I became a ham back about 20 years ago. So okay, all right. Anybody else? Does A station? I'm so excited I don't even know what I'm talking about. Does anybody else have any swap net traffic at this time?
K9GDY checking in.
KD9GDY, good evening, Jim. What's going on with you?
Jimmy, I've been just reading the mail here, standing by and listening, and got a good net going there. And on the 4th of July, I'll be going to the Harry's Place or the Pavilion there on Riverside there in Beloit to watch the Beloit-Janesville Symphony. And they have special guest Tony Scodwell from Las Vegas going to be there as well on July 4th. So that's what we're doing. Otherwise, I'll just kick it back to you, KD9GDY.
Okay, Jim, sounds good. Hey, you have a happy, safe, and sane the 4th of July. All this, we've had great. We've got at Rag Children during the Tech Net and during the Swamp Net. This is what makes the Friday night fun net so great. We're not a formal net. I think that's why everybody looks forward to Friday night. Okay, Jim, have a safe and sane 4th of July, and we'll talk to you down the log. Okay. And speaking of the round table, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go ahead with the round. Let's go ahead with the round table. Dale, K9YBG. What are you doing? What are you and your family doing for the 4th of July?
KD9YBG. I probably just stay home and maybe cook something I like to eat over here. I'm not going out of town or anything, and just kind of have a chilled out day. I'll just kind of take it easy that day.
Well, that's what I'm going to be doing too. For me, it's going to be just like a normal Tuesday. We'll have fireworks in the neighborhood. That is, people will be setting off. They'll be going on stream all day and night. They won't get done till about 2 or 3 o'clock the next morning, and what have you. Our fireworks display here in Freeport will take place next Saturday on the 8th. It's It's Tony Baker Days. Tony Baker was the founder of Freeport, and for the first time in 20 years, they're bringing back the Tutty Fest, and they're going to have fireworks sent off from the downtown Freeport here next Saturday night. So I'll definitely be watching that. Thank you for checking in there, Dale. Hopefully you'll find your antenna, what you're looking for as far as antennas goes, what have you. All right, Jamie, W9JTC. What's going on with you? What are you going to be doing for the 4th?
Good evening, Jimmy, and everybody on the net, W9JTC. Well, we're going to do the family stuff tomorrow, I guess. Going to go over to my daughter's and son-in-law's house and with some of the family members and have a cookout and just some family get-together. She has to work on the 4th, so we decided they're going to do it on the 1st. And so on the 4th, we'll probably just do something here, maybe have my mother come, I don't know. We'll see, but yeah, it's going to be relatively quiet on the 4th. I used to go downtown when I had, my kids were small, but I just don't want to deal. Rockford, I don't feel like dealing with it, so it's just people driving Rockford bad enough as it is. When you get them all crammed into downtown on the 4th of July, it's just chaos as far as I'm concerned. So I'm going to avoid it as best I can. So anyway, hopefully everybody has a safe and happy 4th of July and great topics today on the Help Corner. I got some good information there on that on the repeater. I'm going to send another email to them, see if they'll send me that code. But I think my Yaesu will scan it, so I might be able to find it that way. So anyway, back to you, Jimmy. W9JTC. Happy 4th.
Jamie, and thanks for watching. Yeah. Stay home and watch the fireworks on the WTVO. You don't have to worry about going downtown. Okay, sounds good. All right. Thanks for checking in, Jamie. You have a good evening. Enjoy your weekend. Happy 4th. Okay, the man of the hour, N9EGF, responsible for, well, it's really Kurt KD9 and some of the other hands responsible for the successful field day activities that had over there this past last weekend. What's going on with you, Kevin? What are you going to be doing for the 4th?
KC9GCR, N9EGF. Oh, I'm not the man of the hour, buddy. That was Kurt and Matt and a bunch of other people that helped out and helped make it successful. So, it was a fun event, fun day. Everybody, I think, had a good time. Madden and Tony enjoyed themselves immensely, I believe they're listening, so hi to you guys. And other than that, I'm not really doing too awful much for the 4th. Just going to kind of hang out. The weatherman says it's going to be a little warm and sticky, and I get a little bit prickly with the heat. So I'm going to stay close to the air conditioning and just kind of hang out. I might throw a hamburger or a brat or something on the grill and call it good. So that's what I'm doing. Over to you, Jimmy. KC9GCR, N9EGF.
You're right, Kevin. It was Kurt and some of the other guys. They're really the ones who should be are responsible for having your field day. It looked for all the world like you wouldn't have a field day at all. So, but you guys managed to pull it off. And that's good. Just pick up some new hams, gave away newer radios, ball-bang radios, and what have you. And of course, last Saturday evening I let you know about the storm, man, and you knew. You took the proper precautions there too.
Yes, that was great. And again, that's what ham radio is all about. You kind of were in the front row there when the storm came in and kind of gave us a heads up that it was coming and let us know when it started raining in Freeport, and then we could start getting ready to batten down the hatches where we were, and gave us enough warning. We got everything tucked away before it got too nasty, and we didn't get a tremendous amount of wind, but we certainly had a heck of a lot of rain and some close lightning strikes. So it kind of gave us an excuse to go get a couple hours of sleep. But thanks for everything you do too, Jimmy, for promoting the event and for always talking it up field day beforehand. And thanks for keeping the net here where the boys can tune in and listen, and very shortly I hope they're able to push the button and talk back with us. So over to you, Jimmy, N9EGF.
Thank God for that phone call last night too that you gave. We talked about there and stuff. I said, you know what? You're right. We're going to hold it here. The only time we'll use a 255 is if Skyward needs this net to conduct their business. So that's what we'll do. Okay, Kevin. Thank you very much, and happy 4th of July to you and your family there.
Thank you very much, Jimmy. I appreciate it very much.
W9AXD, Matt, what are you going to be doing for the 4th?
KC9GCR, W9AXD. Well, I think I'm going to stick close to the home front. The older I get, the less I really want to go out at chaos. And I had big plans. I was going to go to the store and get some steaks, and I had a cap pop off of my tooth at lunch yesterday, and so maybe I'll just eat a big bowl of mush. Other than that, I know the boys are listening tonight, and their books came in the mail today, so I'll get those distributed to them this weekend. And Larry and Larry, AC9GCO and K9KZT are organizing a class, and well, yeah, we'll get them on the air here very, very quickly. KC9GCR, W9AXD, back to net.
Hey, Matt, go ahead and get that steak and cook it up, and then I'll come over and chew it up for you. I might swallow a little bit, but I'll take care of that. Don't worry about it. N9EGF.
Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate it. That's what friends are for.
That's great. This is great, people. So that sounds good. Okay, boys. Man and Tony, you got those books? Get to getting. Start studying. Try to be ready before August 5th. You can come to Freeport and take and hopefully pass your test. All right. Let's continue. Norm, K9RGG. Norm, I'm sorry. I hope we didn't keep you waiting too long. What's going on with you? What are you going to be doing for the 4th?
KC9GCR, KC9RGG. I'm not snoring yet, Jim, but it's coming up pretty quick. For the 4th, I think I'll be grilling some hot dogs out back. I love hot dogs. My wife hates them, but she told me I could have a hot dog for the 4th. And I learned on the net tonight that there's a concert down in Beloit, the Beloit Janesville Symphony Orchestra. And so I think I might go down there and listen to that as well. You always learn things on the Friday Night Fun Net. Hey, have a good time, Jim. KC9GCR, KC9RGG.
Okay, and Norm, sounds good. You too. By the way, I don't know if you heard or not. Today was Max Armstrong's last day on the air.
Max Armstrong for years, and then I listened to Orion Samuelson before that. So it just lets us know, Jim, how old we're getting to be.
Yeah, that's for sure. Whoever's going to be replacing them, they won't cut the mustard in my book. They won't even come close. I'll tell you what, those two will never be replaced. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah, but nobody will ever top Vince Lloyd and Lou Boudreau.
Boy, ain't that the truth. Oh, I love listening to those guys, especially like Lou Boudreau. You remember when Leo DeRozier was manager of the Cubs? He used to have this dugout. This is DeRozier in the dugout, brought to you by Jewel.
Great memories, Jim. Great net tonight. You know, really, you mean it. This is the Friday Night Fun Net, and that's what it's all about. KC9GCR, KC9RGG.
Okay, and Norm, sounds good. Have a safe and sane 4th of July, and we'll talk to you next Friday night. KD9MED, Kerry. Thanks for that great DX report tonight, man. What are you going to be doing for the 4th?
This is, excuse me, this is KD9MED. Well, if I feel like it, if I feel up to it, I'll go out to Winnebago at 10 a.m. for their, on Tuesday for their July 4th parade. I enjoy seeing their parade out there. But more than likely, I'll be lazy again, and I'll just sit here at home, I guess. We'll see. Thanks a lot, KD9MED.
And I'm sure your people in your neighborhood will be setting off fireworks. So I know you'll be listening to watching them. Of course, you'll be watching the fireworks from downtown Rockford on Channel 17 next this coming Tuesday evening at 9:30. Okay, sounds good. Okay, Kerry. Hey, sorry you couldn't make it for field day, but at either location. But I understand your situation with the weather. Okay, it was hot, but it really wasn't bad at all. You got wind coming out northeast. We didn't have any bugs at all. So okay, thanks for checking in, Kerry. Okay, now I don't know if Scott K9YI in Monroe is still on the air or not, but Scott, are you still with us? Go to the input there, Scott. Scott, are you on the input or are you still on the repeater? Tell you what, I know there's no net on Sunday evening. I'll announce that later on during the net, during when I mention all the other nets. What are you going to be doing for the 4th? K9YI, K9GCR, still there, Scott? Okay, we'll move on. All right, let's see. Richard, N9ZO. Thanks for checking in tonight. What are you going to be doing for the 4th of July?
Probably be just like everything else. It's just another day. If you want to live to see sunshine the day after, you stay home. Otherwise, you get out there in that traffic, you might end your life. So we're just going to stay home and watch television, kind of peaceful and quiet. You know, like the other gentleman, I think up there in Orangeville said, when you get old, it's hard to get out and do anything.
Point there, Richard. Yeah, it's going to be just like a normal day too. I'll probably have my hot dogs or whatever, and my 4th of July picnic dinner and what have you, and that's about it. It'll be just another day. Richard, thank you for checking in. 73, have a good evening. Hopefully you can get rid of that cable there. All right. Al, K9EPZ. This sounds like a stupid question. I know what you're going to be doing, but what are you going to be doing anyway?
KD9EPD. Yeah, I'm just going to stay home. I'll look out the window at the fireworks because I can see the fireworks from where I live across the cornfield, and play Summer Thunder. We have another month-long contest going out for VHF UHF, which means it's a contest that technicians, class licensees can use. So for more information on that, go to hamactive.com. But that's what part of what I'm doing. I was doing it. That's why I checked into the net tonight late, because I was making contacts for that.
That's great, Al. That's great. Hopefully you'll make a lot of contacts. That's for sure. Yeah, I'm going to see how many Canadian stations I can make contact with tomorrow. It being Canada Day, and of course 13 colonies will be getting underway too. I want to see if I can get another certificate this year. Okay, Al. Hey, thanks for checking the Friday Night Fun. That night watch came in pretty good last night. Not enough that I was able to check in, although I tried. But for the most part, the signals were good. It stayed in most of the time, but that was about it.
Going to bed earlier lately. Just seems like I get really run down in the evening, and I got less chance. If I go to bed, I have less chance of snacking because I'm not in the greatest situation on that. So still waiting to try to get a home care helper.
I understand. I'm sorry to hear about your situation there, Al. Okay, sounds good. Hey, thank you. Thanks for checking into the Friday Night Fun Net. Well, I'm sure we'll probably hear you tomorrow night on the Saturday and write you on that. So, talk to you later. Okay. Oh yeah. Speaking of deratials, we sure got lucky here. With that went through central Illinois there, but oh boy, about 100 miles further northern, we would have gotten it. But thank goodness we didn't. We need the rain, but not anything like that. Okay, Al, thanks for checking in. That concludes my list. Do we have any more stations you want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? You're coming home with your Friday night fish fries, steak fries, grocery shopping, getting ready for that 4th of July picnic for the show. If you just turned your radio on or you've been copying the mail for the last hour and 15 minutes, this is your chance to check in the Friday Night Fun Net for Maryland the region. Without traffic, please call K9 GCR.
Checking in late.
SBG. Okay, Scott, I've got you checked in. Stand by. I think there was another station trying to check in. Another station, come back, please.
KC9CFL checking in. No traffic.
K9CFL, Mike and Roger. I've got you checked in, Mike. I'll get back to you in a couple of minutes here. N9SBJ, Scott, what are you going to be doing for the 4th?
Well, actually, Jimmy, I'm probably going to be watching the fireworks salute, and I'll go back to bed. Welcome to getting older. But otherwise, it's nothing but another day for me. I mean, granted, it's got a lot of history behind it, and we better thank God that we have the freedoms that we do. So, anyways, I'll let it go at that. And you take care, Jimmy. Back to net, N9SPJ, and happy Thanksgiving. There we go. No, happy 4th of July to all the veterans and everything out there. So, anyways, back to net.
Sounds good, Scott. You have a safe and sane 4th of July. We'll probably talk to you down the line. Thanks for taking in. K9CFL, Mike, what's going on with you? What are you going to be doing for the 4th?
Well, Jimmy, if all goes as planned, I'll be moving stuff into the new rental we're moving into. We are moving to McChesney Park, so be moving some stuff in there, and then late in the afternoon I'll probably head over to my grandparents, and they got a pool. We'll hang out in the pool in Kirkland, and we can watch the Kirkland fireworks display right from their pool. So that will be my event.
Okay, sounds good. Well, have a good time over the 4th. Okay, I've got 2 radio nut jokes for you. Both have to do with 4th of July. You know you're on a radio nut when you say graze at the 4th of July picnic table, and you have it, your HD keyed up, and it goes out over the repeater. What do you think of that?
I love the radio nut jokes. It's like dad jokes on steroids, Jimmy.
Okay, I got another one. Let me find it here. All right, now you're going to enjoy this. You know you're a radio nut when you go to your local 4th of July fireworks show / sky concert. You watch the fireworks display, and instead of listening to the music on the broadcast radio, you listen to the Friday night fun net on your local 2-meter repeater.
I think we need a 4th of July fun net, Jimmy. KC9, CFL, back to control.
Okay, so that sounds, I gotta think. Next time 4th of July falls on a Friday, I believe that will be on, leap year, on 24, it's leap year, so the 4th of July will fall on a Thursday. Next time the 4th of July falls on Friday, it'll be in 3 years on the Friday, July 4th, 2025. That'll be the next time the 4th of July falls on a Friday. Okay, Mike, sounds good. Hey, thanks for checking in. Good luck on your move. At least you're going to stay in the air. That's the important thing. Okay. Are there any more stations wishing to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please go now.
Hi, Jimmy. KC9GCR, W9AXD Chad, Janesville.
This is K9GCR, the Friday Night Fun Net on the K9RFD Repeater Rockford, transmitting for Friday Night Fun Net Central and Freeport. I'll get back to you, Chad. I think there's another station Mike trying to check in. Another station, come back, please.
Alpha Charlie 9, Golf Oscar, Larry and Rockton.
AC9GO, Larry and Rockton, the host of the Tuesday evening held the second social net at 7 p.m. on this repeater, followed by coach practice with Larry K9KTT. I'll get back to you in a couple minutes there, Larry. Chad, W9AXD, what's going on with you? What are you going to be doing for 4th of July?
Hi, Jimmy. Not a whole lot going on here. We just got done with the Pink Hamsters net for Erica in Milwaukee. And then 4th of July, we're not going to do too much. We might go to fireworks to see if we can get a ride tomorrow night, but we'll see how that works out. And otherwise, not a whole lot. Erica's going to water the plants outside, I guess. So, yeah, I thought you were going to use Eric's machine tonight. You couldn't get into that, Jimmy?
Well, I'll tell you what happened. I did not know this, but I was talking to Larry, N9E, Kevin, N9EGF, that during field day they were passing out hundreds of flyers listing all the different nets, what time and dates they're on, what the frequencies they're on. Of course, mentioning this net, the Friday Night Fun Net on 195. Also, they passed out some Bullfang HTs. I was going to do the net on 255, but with the situation, we tried to conducting a test on the 255 with the Bullfang. Kevin could not even get in with the HT Bullfang, and he couldn't hear me. After a lengthy phone call, I decided to hold the net on this repeater. So at least now we got 2 high school kids, Madden and Tony. They both have HTs. They can't transmit yet. Kevin saw to that, but they are listening to this net. So That way the people get an idea of what the Friday night fun net is like. That's what this is why we're holding it on this repeater. We will continue to hold the Friday night fun net on this repeater until such a time as the antenna system on the 6-1 repeater ever gets fixed. The only time we will ever use the 255 repeater is if the severe weather threatens on a Friday night and the Skywarn has to use those repeaters. So that's the situation, Chad.
Okay, just curious about that. I remember earlier in the week you were talking about that, so just want to get some fill in. So yeah, not a whole lot going on here. Let me mention about my simplex net, if that's okay.
You go right ahead. That'll save me the problem. That'll save me the trouble. Go ahead. I know you're going to make some changes there.
Yeah, we're going to make a change starting next week on Thursday the 6th. On the same frequency, 146.400, Rock County Simplex net. It's kind of more of a regional net because we get check-ins from everywhere almost. Although it's been a little light lately. But anyway, the short of it is that we're going to change the time until 8 p.m. So every Thursday at 8 p.m. on the 146.400 is the Simplex net originating in Janesville, Wisconsin here. So try that. If people have time to check in, hopefully maybe the hour difference makes it possible. So it'd be good to try that. So back to you.
Okay, sounds good, Chad. Like I said a while back, on Thursday evenings there used to be an 8 o'clock net. As Gene Duck, the late Gene Duck of W9AXD used to have the Salvation Army Saturn net on the 6-1 repeater every Thursday evening at 8 p.m. For many years he used to do that. I think it's great that you're finally you're going to have a net back on the 8 o'clock time slot again.
I hate to give the net up. I mean, people like it. You know, like the summertime is obviously busy, so that's not a problem. So, but yeah, we'll let you know how that goes. Maybe you be able to check in more if you're not got another net.
That'd be great. That'd be great there, Chad. Okay, I gotta move along here. I want to talk to Larry, AC9GO. So I'll tell you what. You have a good evening. Enjoy your weekend. Have a safe and sane 4th of July. We'll talk to you down the hall. Thanks for checking in.
All right, Jimmy, you bet. And I'll see if Erica checks in. She's out to say watering our bushes outside. So 738 WI9HF Janesville. I'll be listening.
Sounds good there, and Chad, thanks for taking it. AC9GO, Larry, what are you going to be doing for 4th of July?
Hey, don't really know, Jimmy. This AC9GO. The XYL is out in California. She'll be back tomorrow night. I was thinking it was Monday she was coming back. That's a good thing I found out she's coming back tomorrow night, because I got to pick her up at the bus. Anyhow, I wonder what my signal report is. I'm on one of those bow-fangy things there. AC9GO.
Signal is good to hear. It's a beautiful ear, Larry. No problem whatsoever. Yeah, that's for sure. The two high school kids, Tony and Madden, are definitely listening on their HDs, ball-bang HDs to this net. So you're definitely sound good over that ball-bang.
All right, because I thought maybe if I tried it out from up here in Rockton and was able to get in, it'd be doing all right. And I'm glad to hear that. I really haven't transmitted at all on this one before this point in time, and all I had to do is just connect it to my outside antenna, and it seems to be doing the job. Anyhow, have a good net. We'll catch you on down the log. AC9GO 73.
N9EGF, quick.
Sounds good, Larry. Go ahead, Kevin.
Yeah, Larry, I got a question for you. I sent an email to you and Larry, KZT, about another potential student. Did you happen to see that?
Actually, I haven't had a chance to look at it yet, but Larry told me about it. We're in the process of getting a list of all the guys that want to get a license, and we're going to be developing a class and try to get everybody together on the same date so we can get it started and see what we can do for everybody. So, and hey, Kevin, appreciate all the work you did out there field day, the programming and everything. And apparently you did this one right, because it's working. AC9GO.
Okay, Larry, well, I'm glad that's working out. And, yeah, I ran into a guy today, just crossed paths, and we started talking, and I mentioned ham radio, and next thing you know, he said, well, I've got some old radios. He's a retired electrician. He said, I got some radios. He said, I just have never used them. And he said, I've always kind of wanted to learn, but now that I'm retired, it might be time. I said, I know a guy. So I passed on his information to both you and Larry. So that's great. Just wanted to make sure that that didn't fall through the cracks. Back to you, Jimmy. Thank you, sir. KC9GCR and 9EGF.
Open, Larry, I just want to say that radio sounds really, really good. So, that little barrel thing sounds excellent to be on NHF.
SWATnet, TechNet, DX Corner, and Rag Chewed net, several nets wrapped up in one. This is what the Friday Night Fun Net's all about. Okay, guys, thanks to both you, Larry, H9GO. You have a good evening. Able to talk to you tomorrow night on the Saturday evening Rag Chewed net. I'll be net control for that net, too. So, 7-3, do we have any more stations want to check in the Friday Night Fun net? Please call now. Okay, Chad, stand by. Got another check in there. Okay, Mike, go ahead. Okay, Mike, I got you checked in. What are you going to be doing for the 4th? Hey, you have a good time over the 4th. Thanks for all you do, and let me know if you get any more internet check-ins there. Okay, good grief. W9AXD, Chad, go ahead.
Thanks, Jimmy. I just wanted to say to Larry that that radio sounds really good. Audio quality sounds great on the repeater here, so definitely good job to be on NHF.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate the comment. AC9GO.
Okay, sounds good. Any more stations you want to check in the Friday Night Fun at this time? Please call now.
Kilowatt Echo 9 Norway.
KD9M, Rah Preston. Good evening, Kurt. What's going on with you? What are you going to be doing for the 4th?
Not too much is going on. I'm still busy with field day stuff, getting everything put away, and then I have to work on submitting our field day results. I think I'm staying home over the 4th. My kids will probably be coming over and things like that, but I'm not doing anything exciting. And by the way, I've taken, and the people that joined field Rah-Rah over the field day weekend. Last weekend I added their names to the membership list as well as the email list, so they'll be getting the ham rag, and all 4 people who joined got approved by the board. So that takes us up to 43 members this year. Over.
That is great, Kurt. Congratulations. Also, I want to give you, I'm going to be holding the Friday Night Fun Net on this repeater on a permanent basis until such time as you guys get that antenna system on 6.1 working again. The only time we're going to use the 255 is if there's severe weather threats and Skyward needs to use their repeater. Then we'll switch over to 255. Just thought I'd let you know that, Kurt. Kevin and I had a nice phone call last night. I decided this is what I'm going to do.
No, that sounds like a real good deal, Jimmy. I have trouble with the 255 repeater, even from here, even though I have an outside antenna. It's just so much further south that it's difficult, and it's not real high up in the air, whereas the 195 seems to have the best regional reception. So it would make sense to me, anyone doing a net of any kind would be doing the 195 because it seems to cover more area, and especially up in the northern part. You know, there's a lot of people that check in from Wisconsin, Roscoe, and even Janesville and stuff like that. So it seems like the 195 repeater would be the choice on that. And we've kicked around a little bit about our antenna situation on the 610 repeater, and I've got some information for our board to maybe go over. Nothing, just a couple ideas that I have, but that's kind of a quandary a bit because it's up the tower, I think, is where our problem is. I can guarantee you everything on the ground is working correctly. So we'll see what we can do. No promises, though, but we're aware of the situation. KC9GCR, KE9N.
That'll be terrific, Kurt, if you wouldn't get that situation resolved. Hey, Dean, K9FLO checked in about an hour ago. So just stand by. Dean, K9FLO, are you still there? If so, go back to Kurt.
KD9VBX.
Okay, KD9, just a minute. KD9VDX, Victor, Delta, X-ray, is that correct?
Jimmy, Kilo, Delta, Niner, Victor, Bravo, X-ray. Erica, Janesville, Wisconsin.
Okay, Erica, I've got you checked in. I got you checked in. I won't ask what you're going to be doing for the 4th of July because you'll probably do the same thing as Chad will be doing, I suppose.
That is probably positive. I might go to the farmer's market with a friend of ours, but other than that, we've got zero plans. So, you know, that is what it is. We got neighbors doing fireworks every day, so I guess I'm not missing them. Maybe we'll get some more watermelon and celebrate that way, even though they don't have seeds anymore. So that's all I got to say. And I wondered if anybody's seen fireflies, because I hadn't really thought about it, but I was out watering, as Chad said, and I didn't see any fireflies tonight. KD9VBX, back to net.
Well, I wish I could help you. I haven't been outside much this year at all. Lots of times at night I used to go out and sit outside, but that hasn't been the case. I'm sure they're around. The lightning bugs over there. Okay, sounds good. Thanks for checking in, Erica. You have a safe and sane 4th of July. Now, Dean, K9FLO. K9FLO. Dean, are you still on the air? Oh boy, Kurt, he checked in about an hour ago. I told him you hadn't checked in yet, so I guess you will not be doing any rag shooting tonight.
Oh, that's okay. I talk to him just about every morning, so it's not a big deal. I'll catch up with him sometime. Okay, thanks a lot, Jimmy. KE9, and I'll be clear.
KC9 Shield.
Welcome. Have a good evening. We'll catch you on the Monday, Saturday rag shooting net tomorrow night. I'll be net control. Okay, sounds good. Any more stations wishing to check in the Friday night fun net this time? Please go now.
WB9FTH 0.
Okay, sir. WB9, Whiskey Bravo 9, and repeat the rest of your call, please.
WB9 Female Powerhouse, FPH 0.
WB9 Female Powerhouse. That's great for FedEx there. Okay, Cheryl. Welcome to Friday Night Fun Net. This net meets each and every Friday evening at 8 p.m. On this repeater. So, what are you going to be doing for the 4th?
Well, this would have been my first night, and I thought I would check in at 8, but we went to the concert at Mississippi Bandshell, which was fun. 4th of July, probably hanging out by the pool, trying to keep cool.
Sounds good. This net usually runs over 2 hours, so don't worry about it. You got plenty of time to check in. Even after the net, sometimes I'll take late check-ins, even after I close down the net, so don't worry about it.
That's what I talked to Kurt today. Not Kurt today, I'm sorry, Kevin today, and that's what he said. So as soon as I got home, I turned the radio on and was glad to hear you, and good to check in, Jimmy, with you. I think I'm going to try to pay attention to my dog who doesn't like fireworks, so I'll be clear. KC9GCR, this is WB9FTH, clear.
Delivery, Cheryl, just thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. Have a safe and sane 4th of July. Yeah, you definitely got to watch those dogs there, especially, they say find a place there, turn the TV on. If there's an animal channel or a dog channel, turn to that channel, sir, what have you there. And you know, a lot of the veterans there that were served in previous wars, when they hear those fireworks, their minds go back to when they were in the war. They got that PTSD or whatever. Well, back in the day, it was known as combat fatigue. And they go to when they hear those explosions, those fireworks, they think they're back in the war. Okay, thanks for checking in, Cheryl. Any more stations want to check the Friday Night Fun Net? Please go now.
Yeah, I got a comment, Jimmy.
Go ahead, Kurt.
I just wanted to jump in for a second before I forget about it. I'm working on the July ham rack. So if anyone has, excuse me, any information they want put in the ham rag, if you can put it in a Word document or a PDF, that works out the best. So if you could do that, that'd be great. Let's see. If you want my email address, the easiest thing to do is log into QRZ and then just punch in my call for the call sign lookup, and my email address is listed there. Otherwise, it's Kurt, K-U-R-T, then a dot, and then Eversole, E-V-E-R-S-O-L-E, at gmail.com. But it's listed, I know, in other ham rags. I'm sure you can find it off the internet. So if you got any information you want posted in the ham rag, send it to me and I'll go through it all. Back to you, Jimmy.
Okay, Kurt, thank you very much for that information. I sure enjoyed that June ham rag. We're waiting for waiting for the July one to come in. And don't worry about if you send it later or not. I'll get it eventually. Thanks for checking in. Any more stations want to check in the Friday Night Fun then? Please call now.
Which the lady was mentioning. I actually saw a monarch out here. They come up from southern, somewhere down south, and they come up here and they make their presence. And the only one that I've seen.
Okay, Scott, that sounds good. I think that I missed part of your transmission. I think it sounds like there's another station trying to check in. There was another station trying to check in. Come back.
AC9GO, I've got a couple of comments. First of all, for Kurt, I will be getting an article into you very shortly. Got to finish up writing tonight, but I will get it in tonight sometime. And also for Erica up there, yeah, we've seen some fireflies here in Rockton. With that, 73, AC9GO.
Okay, sounds good there, Larry. Thanks for the information about the fireflies. I haven't yet to see any this year. Okay, sounds good. Any more stations wishing to check in the Friday Night Fun then? Please call now. All right. We got time yet. We're going to do a little Friday Night Fun trivia. This is where I read questions from the ARRL Tech Q&A book, which is for those of you who are going to study for your first ham radio licenses. Man and Tony, this is what's going to happen at the VE testing session when you get done studying. I don't know how somebody will ask you the questions or how they'll do it. But all these questions are from the Tech Q&A. So they'll just, I ask the questions. If anybody that knows the answer, they'll give it. So, all right. Okay, here's the first question. Where may SSB phone be used in amateur bands above 50 megahertz? A, only in subbands allocated to general class or higher licensees. B, only on repeaters. C, in at least some segment of all these bands. D, on any band if the power is limited to 25 watts. Where may SSB phone be used in amateur bands above 50 megahertz? A, only in subbands allocated to general class or higher licensees. B, only on repeaters. C, in at least some segment of all these bands. D, on any band if the power is limited to 25 watts. Anybody have a correct answer to this question?
Charlie, W9AXD.
I got two stations that checking in. I'm going to get to both of you. Chad, W9AXD, what do you say?
C Charlie, Jimmy, C Charlie.
Okay, now I'm going to get to the other station. The other station, they'll come back with your answer.
CSC, KD9MED.
Chad and Dale, you are both correct. Where may SSB phone be used in amateur bands above 50 megahertz? The correct answer is C Charlie. In at least some segment of all these bands. 97.305C. Well, C to T, well, we're not going to worry about that. We're going to move on to another question. All right, here. All right. Okay. Oh, boy. When, under normal circumstances, may a technician class licensee be the control operator of a station operating in an amateur extra class band segment? A, at no time. B, when designated as a control operator by an amateur extra class licensee. C, as part of a multi-operator contest team. D, when using a club station whose trustee holds an amateur extra class license. When, under normal circumstances, may a technician's class licensee be the control operator of a station operating in an amateur extra class band segment? A, at no time. B, when designated as a control operator by an amateur extra class licensee. C, as part of a multi-operator contest team. D, when using a club station whose trustee holds an amateur extra class license. Anybody have a correct answer to this question?
I'll pick it up here, Jimmy. A Alpha.
You are correct, Chad. You are correct. When, under normal circumstances, may a technician's class licensee be the control operator of a station operating in an amateur extra class band segment? Correct answer is A Alpha at no time. That is a no-no. Cannot do that. All right, find another one here. That is a no. Okay. What is a band plan beyond the privileges established by the FCC? A voluntary guideline for using different modes of or activities within the amateur band. B, a list of operating schedules. C, a list of available net frequencies. D, a band devised by a club to indicate frequency band usage. Excuse me. What is a band plan beyond the privileges established by the FCC? A voluntary guideline for using different modes or activities within an amateur band. B, a list of operating schedules. C, a list of available net frequencies. D, a plan devised by a club to indicate frequency band usage. A correct answer to this question.
KD9EPZ. A is an Alpha.
You are correct, Al. You are correct. And what is a band plan beyond the privileges established by the FCC? The correct answer is A Alpha, a voluntary guideline for using different modes or activities within an amateur band. Amateurs created band plans that help organize the different modes of and activities. It's important to keep in mind that band plans are voluntary agreements designed for normal conditions. They are not regulations, and amateurs are expected to be flexible. Radio License Manual, page 6-1. And this is case 9G with the Friday Night Fun Deck on the K9RFD Repeater in Rockford. And the fireworks are going off right outside my building here. Good grief, can't they wait till Tuesday? All right, let's find another question here. Okay. Why are simplex UHF signals rarely heard beyond their radio horizon? A, they are too weak to go very far. B, FCC regulations prohibit them from going more than 50 miles. C, UHF signals are usually not propagated by the ionosphere. D, UHF signals are absorbed by the ionospheric D layer. Why are simplex UHF signals rarely heard beyond their radio horizon? A, they are too weak to go very far. B, FCC regulations prohibit them from going more than 50 miles. C, UHF signals are usually not propagated by the ionosphere. D, UHF signals are absorbed by the ionospheric D layer. Anybody have the correct answer to this question?
NYPG.
Come back.
It's C.
You are correct, Dale. You are correct. Why are simplex UHF signals rarely heard beyond their radio horizon? Correct answer is C, Charlie. UHF signals are usually not propagated by the ionosphere. Excuse me. VHF and UHF signals usually pass through the ionosphere and are lost into space. Long-distance ionospheric propagation is the most common way for hams to make long-distance contact on the HF band. Ham radio license manual, page 4-3. All right. Okay. Well, I'm going to read one more question. Okay. All right. All right. What are the toughest questions in the tech, general, or extra Q&A? Your tower questions, of course. You new hams, when you get your tickets, someday you're going to be involved in, especially Madden and Tony. Someday you guys are going to be involved in a tower climbing expedition. You're either going to be climbing the tower itself, or you're going to be part of a tower support ground crew. This next question might put you over the top as far as getting your ticket goes, so pay attention. Which of the following is an important safety precaution to observe when putting up an antenna tower? A. Wear a ground strap connected to your wrist at all times. B. Insulate the base of the tower to avoid lightning strikes. C. Look for and stay clear of any overhead electrical wires. D. All of these choices are correct. Which of the following is an important safety precaution to observe when putting up an antenna tower? A. Wear a ground strap connected to your wrist at all times. B. Insulate the base of the tower to avoid lightning strikes. C. Look for and stay clear of any overhead electrical wires. D. All of these choices are correct. Anybody have correct answer to this question?
Kilowatt Echo 9 Norway.
Go ahead, Kurt.
I'll say C as in Charlie.
You are correct. Kurt, you are correct. This man knows all about climbing towers. You want some words of wisdom, you're interested in climbing a tower, those of you new folks, talk to Kurt. He'll give you all the lowdown. But you are correct, Kurt. Which of the following is an important safety precaution to observe when putting up an antenna tower? Correct answer is C, Charlie. Look for and stay clear of any overhead electrical wires. Power lines are the enemy of antenna installers. Place all antennas and feed lines well clear of power lines, including the utility service dropped to your home. Make sure that if any part of the antenna or support structure falls, it cannot fall on the power line. A good guideline is to separate the antenna from the nearest power line by 150% of total height of tower or mast plus antenna. A minimum of 10 feet of clearance during a fall is a must. Never attach an antenna or guy wire to a utility pole, since a mechanical failure could result in contact with high voltage power lines. Ham radio license manual, page 9-17. Okay, Tony and Madden, I hope you enjoyed the Friday Night Fun trivia. We do this every Friday night. This is a taste of what you'll be receiving when you study for your take your VE your test. All right. Fireworks are going off right and left here in Freeport. Sound like they're across the street here. If we have any more stations wishing to check the Friday Night Fun, then please go now. Okay, now, I'm going to give you a rundown of all the other nets we have in the area. In exactly 5 minutes at 10 p.m. If you're able to pick up the 443.750 repeater in Chicago, PL 114.8 to plus offset. Night Watch net will be getting underway. That net runs 7 nights a week. If you cannot get into that repeater, they have an EchoLink capability. Don't forget the Saturday evening radio nets tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. here on this repeater. I will be net control of that net. We go around a few times. Usually net control comes up with a topic. If you want to talk about that particular topic, great. If not, you can bring up something else. But we bring up other stuff too. We go around about 2 or 3 times. Well, that's what it's all about. Right to it. So if you're not doing anything Friday evenings, do check in. Yes, by all means, do check in. And Tony and Man, you're welcome to listen in tomorrow night at 8 o'clock here on this repeater. Okay? Let's see. Let me reset. Greene County Aries Races. Oh, no, wait a minute. No, Greene County Aries Races net will not be heard this coming Sunday because of 4th of July. Usually when a holiday takes place, they usually don't have a net, but that net is usually held on the 145.110 repeater in Monroe, Wisconsin. That has a PL 123.0 minus offset. Scott, K9YI, checked in his net earlier, had difficulty with him earlier. He's net control of that. That's a combination of Aries Races and Ragtune net. Okay, now, I was going to say, tomorrow evening, also at 8 p.m., on the 146.910 repeater in Milwaukee, and technically that repeater is located in New Berlin, Wisconsin. PL 1.7.3 minus offset there. It's a Saturday night fun net, which is held. That net is a lot more structured than this one. You got to check in certain ways, and some of the topics they talk about, I wouldn't even dream of breaking them on this net. Oh yes, I'm just thinking. Sunday evening Sunday afternoon at 4:30 p.m. on 3.905 on the 7580 meters. The Illinois Aries net is held. That net is held every 2 weeks on the 1st and 3rd Sundays of the month. Let's see. The first on the list there is Lloyd, KD9MED down in Sterling. He calls for different counties in Illinois, IMA region 2, which includes Stevenson, Winnebago, Joe Davis, Carroll, Ogle, and Boone, and some of the other counties here. But that's an HF net. 3.905 megahertz, 75 and 80 meters, 4:30 p.m. on Sundays, on the 1st and 3rd Sundays of the month. Just a minute. Okay, the Big Thunder Amps Radio Club net meets, well, at the time being, they're meeting on 442.82.5 UHF repeater in Belvedere, while the 147.375 repeater in Belvedere is being fixed. I don't know when they'll be back on there on that repeater. The Whiteside County Aries net meets on also at 8 p.m. on 146.850 repeater in Sterling with PL 114.8 minus offset. You shouldn't have any problem getting into that repeater. The antenna is about 300 feet in the air on the Illinois State Police Troop 1 radio tower. This is KC9GCR with the Friday Night Fun Net on the K9RFD Repeater in Rockford, transmitting for Friday Night Fun Net Central Air in Freeport. It is now 10 p.m. curfew time. Parents, you know where your children are at.
It's lockdown time.
Yes, that's right. Yes, Kurt, is it. Lockdown. Winnebago County Jail is going into lockdown right now. They every evening at 10 p.m. the Winnebago County Jail goes into lockdown. Kerry, K9MED, was telling me he listens to the jail frequencies on his scanner. The dispatch radios of all the correctional officers at 10 o'clock. Lockdown. Time to go to bed, jailbirds. Nighty night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Okay, let's continuing on with the net. Oh yes, Monday evening at 7 p.m. Here on this repeater, the Monday evening rah-rah info net is held. Larry, K9KGT, and I share use the net control operator. So we talk about the last, this past Monday night was all about field day. So, what have you, so. Okay. Oh, so at the end of the net on Monday evening, Larry K9KGT does a Morse code practice. Listen to Larry as he does Morse code practice. No, there's nobody like it. We'll put it that way. At 8 p.m., also on Monday evenings, on the 146.970 repeater in Dixon, PL of 82.5 minus offset. The Lee County Aries group holds its Monday evening net. Then at 8:30 p.m., on the 146.730 repeater in DeKalb, PL 100.0 minus offset. The Kishwaukee Amateur Radio Club holds its Monday evening net. Tuesday evenings at 7 p.m. on this repeater, we got the Tuesday evening health tech and social net with Larry, H9GO and Rochester net control operator. We inquire how everybody's doing health-wise. Anybody has any, does anybody have any technical questions? Anything else you want to bring up on the net? Also, Larry K9KGT does another session of CW practice at the end of that net. Also, at the same time, on the 145.450 repeater in Janesville with the PL 123.0 minus offset, the Rock County Aries Races group holds its Tuesday evening net. Okay, now the guys down in Ogle County recently started a brand new net. It's the Ogle County Amateur Radio net. It takes place at 8:30 p.m. on the 147.165 repeater in Oregon. That is a PL 146.2 plus offset. That antenna is located on 400 feet in the air. It's on the halfway up an 800-foot tower right by Chena near Oregon, Illinois. By the way, that net with 4th of July being taking place this Tuesday, the guys decided that there would not be a net this coming Tuesday night. But also, as is usually the case, after they get done with that net, they go to 146.595 simplex for a brief simplex net. After they get done with that net, they go back to the 165 repair for the Ogle County Amateur Radio net for Aries Skywarn. But once again, there will be no net this coming Tuesday with the 4th of July take place. Wednesday evenings at 7 p.m. here in Freeport on the 147.390 repeater. Here in Freeport, PL 114.8 plus offset, we have the Stevenson County Aries net with myself, K9G Sheriff net control. At 7:30 p.m. on the 147.120 repeater in Boyd with the PL 123.0 plus offset. Greater Boyd Amateur Radio Club has its Wednesday evening net. I regret to say I'm not able to get into that repeater, let alone hear it. Then at 8 p.m., back on the 147.390 repeater here in Freeport, we have our Wednesday evening slot net. Mel, K9RFD, and I share the duties of net control operator. I did the SWAT net this past Wednesday. I think I had a total of 9 check-ins. Well, usually when Mel is home, he does the amateur radio news line, 15 minutes independent news broadcast of the whole entire of the amateur radio. Okay, now, Thursdays at 7 p.m. on this repeater, where for the time being I'm doing the Northern Illinois Skywarn training net / health tech and social net. Ricky, WX9RLT, regular net control operator, has got a new job cleaning at the Flying J truck stop. He's not able to do that, so I'm filling in for him until such time he's able to return. I don't know when that will be. But we have the information about Skywarn weather training, what to do, and what have you. Then we proceed with the health and tech and social net. Same as what we do on Tuesday nights. I'll be net control for that one. And also, on HF, On 14.287, 20 meters upper sideband. There's the C now, and that takes place between 1400 and 1500 an hour Zulu. Again, 14.287 megahertz, 20 meters upper sideband with Chuck. WD9MED is your net control operator. Okay, now you're all caught up to date on your local nets. Support your local net control operators, your local nets. You're a member of any ham radio club, support your local club, and support your local repeaters as well. Okay, at this time, any more stations wishing to check in the Friday night fun net, please call now.
KD9HKX, Larry and Roscoe.
K9HKX, good evening, Larry. What's going on with you? What are you going to be doing for 4th of July?
KC9GCR, KD9HKX. Not much going on here. Just trying to stay in and stay out of the thick soup that's outside. My tomatoes love it, but that's about the only thing. The melons were doing real good, but we had a lot of hail 2 or 3 nights ago in that one storm that came through the area and really messed up my melons. I don't know if they're going to recover or not, but we'll see. Brief reset. Yeah, the 4th will, I and the wife won't do much. Stick around the house, try and stay cool. Probably later in the day I'll do something on the grill. Don't know what yet, but always like grilling. Just seems kind of the thing you should do on the 4th of July, I guess. Always did it with the kids when they were growing up. So. And that'll be about it. Back to you, Jim.
Okay, sounds good, sounds good. We got 2 high school kids listening to this net. Madden and Tony. They received their they're going to get their Tech Q&A books. They're going to be studying. They got their HTs. They can't transfer, but at least they're listening to, for now, they're listening to this net, so I'll let you know that.
Well, that's excellent, Jim. We could always use some new, especially young hams getting in. That's just fantastic. Glad to hear that.
Yeah, they were at your field day activity this past Saturday. I had the pleasure of talking to them both. I was their very first contact. They got to work the Golda radio, and I guess they really had a ball there.
Well, there's a lot about ham radio that is a lot of fun, so I'm sure they'll enjoy it. Glad to hear they got some books to study, and hopefully it won't take them too long to get through the test.
That's for sure. Well, they know it. I let them know. Well, next meeting testing session here in Freeport will be on Saturday, August 5th at 12:30 p.m. at the Freeport Public Library. I said there, if they can get a chance, they're welcome to come over here and take the test.
Yes, it's that's a reasonably convenient location, so it's good that you're still doing that test over there.
That's for sure, that's for sure. Okay, Larry, I'm going to let you go. Thanks for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. Enjoy your evening. I'm sure we'll probably hear from you tomorrow night on the Saturday evening rag tune net.
Yes, sir. Plan on it. KD9HKX clear.
Okay, it sounds good. We have any more stations wishing to check in the Friday Night Fun Net this time. Please call now. All right, let me tell you about the Friday Night Fun Net's Central Facebook page. This net is being recorded, being live streamed around the world via the internet. I failed to mention that at the beginning of the net. So you can listen, you can check in via the internet, and also it's also being recorded for future replay on the Friday Night Fun Net Central Facebook page. As soon as when I get done with this net, I'll turn it over to Mike K9MED down in Rochelle. He's recording this net, and he's also live streaming this on the internet. He'll post it. You'll be able to hear this net and past editions of the Friday Night Fun Net. It's Friday night, every night of the week with the Friday Night Fun Net Facebook page. So you can listen to the net all day, every day, or all night, every night. It's 3 a.m., you can't sleep. But you know what? I'm going to turn the Friday Night Fun Net to Facebook page over. I'm going to turn on the Friday Night Fun Net and listen to that. Maybe that'll put me to sleep. So, okay, that sounds good. Also, the last report, we had 154 people checked into that Facebook page. I don't know how many we got now. You'll see updated pictures of my hand jacks, pertinent information about the Friday Night Fun Net. You'll even see weather information. So, okay. So if you want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net, contact Ricky. If you want to sign up for the Friday Night Fun Net Facebook page, contact Ricky, W9AXD or Brad, H2I, and he'll get you signed up. So I want to tell you about the Friday Night Fun Net Central Hotline. Area code 815-232-FNFN, 232-3636. The local Freeport number. We had a call, but you did not hear the phone ring because I was listening to somebody during the net. The phone rang. That was John K9DDF in Elgin, Illinois. You've seen pictures of it on the Facebook page. It's a traditional red desktop touch-tone telephone. If I'm transmitting, if you hear it ring, that's a real telephone ring, folks, not that phony baloney cell phone ring or smartphone ring or what have you. Okay, that's that. If you're on the sticks, you can hear the repeater, but you can't get it with due to conditions. You don't have internet access. You're too far away from the repeater. Just give me a call on Friday Night Fun Net Central Hotline. Area code 815-232-FNFN, 232-3636. Local Freeport number. I'll take your checking over the phone, but try to check in on the radio first. Okay. Any more stations that wishing to check in, please call now. Okay. At this time, where I'm going to do the amateur's code. 1. The amateur is considerate. He never knowingly uses the air in such a way as to lessen the pleasures of others. 2. The amateur is loyal. He offers his loyalty, encouragement, and the support to his fellow radio amateurs, his local club, and to the American Radio Relay League to which amateur radio is represented. 3. The amateur is progressive. He keeps the station abreast of science. He is well-built and efficient. His operating practice is above reproach. 4. The amateur is friendly. So on patient sending when requested. Friendly advice and counsel to the beginner, kindly assistance, cooperation, and consideration for the interests of others. These are marks of the amateur spirit. 5. The amateur is balanced. Radio is his hobby. He never allows it to interfere with any of his duties he owes to his home, his job, his school, or his community. 6. The amateur is patriotic. His knowledge and his station are always ready for the service of his country and his community. That's the amateur's code, as Tony K9RFD or EC Steam Sedona used to say. Something to live by not only on the radio but throughout life itself. Okay, I'm trying to put papers away here. Any more stations wishing to check in the Friday Night Fun Net, please call now. Okay, I want to thank Dan, NIDCH, the members of 195 group for the use of this repeater for the hosting the Friday Night Fun Net for allowing me to host the Friday Night Fun Net on the internet on this repeater. All right, one moment, please. I'm going to run down the list of stations objected so far during this net. Myself, K9GCR, net control, 89VU, H9LV, H9NW, K9QPL, K9YBG, W9JTC, N9EGF, Kevin, W3MBX Matt, K9RGG Norm, K9ICH, K9MED, K9YI, K9FLO. K9DDF, John Elgin, checks on the Friday Night Fun Net hotline. N9ZO, Richard and Belvedere at SwampNet Traffic. K9EPZ, Al. K9GDY, Jim and Boyd. N9SPJ, Scott Robert. K9CFL and Rockton, Mike and Rockton. W9AXD Jan, Janesville. K9GO, Mike in Janesville. Mike in Rochelle, I should say. I'm so excited, I don't even know what I'm talking about. KF9SC, Ben Warren, my one and only internet check-in. K9N, Colonel Roscoe, Rah Preston. KD9VBX, WP9FPH, K9 and the K9HKX. Okay, a total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. 28 check-in so far. Any more stations with the check-in, please call now. All right, I'm going to do my honorary check-ins now. N9ARB, Tony, REC here in Stevenson County. I'll see him tomorrow at the K9 Amateur Radio Club meeting, 12:30 p.m. tomorrow afternoon, Freeport Public Library. Well, looking at the pictures in downtown Beloit there toward the ballpark, that smoke is still there up there. Watching the news on channel 17. Okay, next honorary check-in, N9TAB, HC honorary check-in. We mustn't forget the beautiful Kishwaukee River Yacht Club south of Rockford. Scott, A9, Silver Fox, longtime ham radio operator since 1961. He was 11, 12, 13 years old at the time, or 14. Okay. And Justin, K9FEO, HC honorary check-in. And you know what? Goodness sakes, I got to check in Larry. K9KZT, HC honorary check-in. He called me on the phone tonight. He was kind of under the weather tonight, so he said he wouldn't be able to check in the net. So he's checked in. And I mustn't forget. I gotta watch what I do so I don't time out the repeater. Let's see. W9RLT, Ricky. These are net control over Northern Illinois Skywarn whenever there's an actual net or a training net. Okay? W9KLG, Kevin, HC honorary check-in. Okay, one moment, please. EC9KZ, HC honorary check-in, okay? July 2, Steve the County check-in. KD9LOA. Brandon and Lena, HC honorary check-in, and John. KD9OVJ. John McConnell. He fixed one of my old scanners. He got it working again. He tried to fix my other one. It's not doing so well. I told him if you can't fix it, scrap it. Take it to the recycling center, which takes care of old electronics, and do it that way. All right. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to check in George. N9WSQ. Our club president here in Freeport. Steve Don Repeater Association. Next meeting will be on Saturday, July 8th at 11 a.m. Freeport Public Library. You're not doing anything, come on over. Those are my honorary check-ins. Are there any more stations who want to check in? Please call now. Well, folks, it was a very successful Friday night fun that 4th of July edition. I want to thank everybody for checking in. It was probably one of the best nets we've had so far this year. With all the rag chewing, that was just wonderful. Okay, I'll tell you what. Be sure you tell your mothers, your fathers, your sons and daughters, your brothers and sisters, your aunts and uncles, your nieces, your nephews, your grandparents, your in-laws, your neighbors, cross street, down street, next door. Be sure you tell your butcher, your baker, your candlestick maker. Be sure you tell the clerk beyond the checkout counter at your grocery store. Be sure to tell the clerk beyond the counter at your convenience store. Be sure to tell your waiters, your waitresses, your bartenders, your friendly neighborhood bars, restaurants, taverns, or pubs. Be sure you tell the clerk beyond the counter at your local post office when you buy your stamps, your envelopes. Be sure you tell your bank cashier when you go to cash your check. Be sure you tell the members of your local PTA or PTO. Be sure you tell your used car dealer, your new car dealer, your garage mechanic. Be sure you tell your priests, your ministers, your rabbis, your mullahs, your ayatollahs, or your imams. Be sure you tell your probation officer, your parole officer, your divorce lawyer. Be sure you tell your boyfriends, your girlfriends, your ex-boyfriends, your ex-girlfriends, your husbands, your wives, your ex-husbands, your ex-wives, your ex-in-laws, of course. Your old ladies about the Friday night fun. More check-ins are better than that. Make sure you have valid FCC life. Sorry, folks, we do not take check-ins from jailbirds, jammers, potty mouths, crackheads, dopeheads, potheads, telemarketers. If you sit in the clubhouse, take a knee, or clench your fist when the national anthem is being played, we don't take your check-ins. If you don't back the blue, we don't take your check-ins. That is plain old all there is to it. Okay, at this time, or do we have any more stations who want to check the Friday night fun net before I close it down? Without traffic, please call K9GCR. And one more thing. When you sit down your 4th of July picnic this weekend or on Tuesday, please remember what this holiday is all about and why we celebrate this holiday. It's our independence from Great Britain, and thank God for all the wonderful freedoms we have in this wonderful country of ours. Okay, with that, it's the last call for any station who want to check the Friday night fun net remaining in the region with route traffic. Please call K9GCR. Last call for Ratchet Jaw. Okay, we got one more honorary check-in. That's Eric, N9MCS, number 40. Okay, unofficial count of 40 check-ins. Okay, tune in again next week, same time, same repeater, for another edition of the Friday Night Fun Net. Also, Madden and Tony, I want to thank you for, if you're listening, I want to thank you for standing by and putting up with me for 2 hours and 25 minutes. I know you love this net. I look forward to when you get your license, when you two checking in. Okay, again, tune in again next week, same time, same repeater for another edition of Friday Night Fun Net. Until then, This is Jim, K9GCR. Now closing down this special 4th of July edition, the Friday Night Fun Net for Friday, June 30th, 2023, and return the repeaters to frequency normal and radio use at 10:26 p.m. Central Daylight Time. 3 hours, 26 minutes Zulu time with an unofficial count of 40 seconds. Have a safe and sane 4th of July, everybody. This is K9GCR. I'll catch you tomorrow night on the Saturday evening rag net. If not, have a safe and sane 4th of July. We'll talk to you next Friday night. This is K9GCR. Happy 4th of July to all, and to all a good night. K9MED, K9MED, K9GCR. Go ahead and post it, Mike. 2 hour, 26 minute net, unofficial count of 40 check-ins. Mike, thank you for all you do. You have a safe and sane 4th of July. Same goes for your family. I didn't ask you, what are you going to be doing for the 4th? Okay, Mike, sounds good. 738, have a safe and sane 4th of July. We'll talk to you next Friday night. K9GCR. Talk to you Friday night. Good night.